Yeah, 1979, start of 1980, we done, I can't even remember the bloody tracks, we done Invasion, which is like 1,000 miles an hour. No one's ever heard anything like that. It's like heavy metal. It was really fast, and when we played it live, it was even faster. It's like you need an iron lung on stage with you. So we had all that going on. We done Prowler, Invasion. I can't remember the other track, to be quite honest with you, but it was a bloody experience, I must admit. Just standing with headphones on and hearing all like playback coming through, and like when you actually hear your voice over the top of the music, I'm like, oh, I'm cringing. You know, it's a really strange experience, but there you go. What can you do? When we did the Soundhouse tapes, these were all Steve's songs, Invasion and Prowler and stuff like that. So, you know, these are songs I've just learned. So we went into Cambridge Space Ward Studios to go and record it. And as I said to you earlier, that was the first time I'd ever caught a dose because we didn't have anywhere to sleep. So we went to a pub and pulled some nurses. And I was the only one who ended up with one. And I'm sleeping in her bed, in her quarters, and all the rest of the band were on the floor. So that was quite interesting. But it was my second ever recording experience as well, and it was really cool. But I listen to these things nowadays, I'm like, God, I had no idea whatsoever as to what I'm doing now. But that was really cool. We'd done an EP. The EP sold out. We'd done 2,000 copies. We sold them out within about a day of them being released. So we then suddenly started realising there might be something here with the band. Yeah, that was it. Lyric writing. I sat down with Steve. He had most of the ideas, but I sat down, I had a rough idea of what I wanted with Running Free. I wanted the old Gary Glitter drum beat on it, so it was pretty commercial, so really what I was going to do, but I had this idea and I knew it was going to work, so, and it did work, so I wrote the lyrics to that. Remember Tomorrow, just before my grandfather died, I wrote the lyrics to that because it means something to me. I think until I grew up a little bit more, I mean, I will say one thing, I am a good lyric writer. I do write nowadays as well a lot. It's not like written by a monkey. There's a lot of thought goes into this, and it's normally a little bit political, but them days though, it wasn't so much. When I wrote Killers though, I still had that in my head. When I wrote the track Killers on the second album, the actual lyric is like a three-way split. It's about the guy who done it, what the public says, and you know, and the aftermath of it all. So I tried to sort of keep things interesting. Lyric writing comes very easy for me. It's one of the easiest things I do because I'm pissed off every day with something in the world, which will get more nowadays is more political. I think I don't really have to try to prove it so much to people, so I can write the lyrics. If I'm pissed off with what the governments are doing here, there, and whatever, I'll write something about it. We wrote a song on the solo album called The Forgotten Ones about the kids who get killed in the streets of Brazil, just so tourists can come over there. So, you know, but back in the Maiden days, obviously you're a little bit more naive then, you know, so you don't really know. But I've never been one of them old baby I love you Saturday night writers. I could never do that. That's like Janet and John heavy metal, and I'm not really into that, you know. Well, the one I'm probably the most of is Remember Tomorrow, because I wrote it for my grandfather, because that was one of his sayings, always like, things look bad now, remember tomorrow it'll be better, you know, so that's always stuck with me. I've kept by that. That's a good little creed to go by. Running Free, it's just like youthful rebellion. Unfortunately, I've not been able to drop that. Even still, I'm still the same sort of person. Just have it, you know, like, you might be dead tomorrow. Go for your life, you know, like, it's one of them things. And it's quite ironic, I've done that like just 16 with a pickup truck, out of money, out of luck, and then started doing the thing about LA, and then 10 years later I'm in jail out there. It's a nightmare. So it's like, it does come true. Don't do it, kids, it's not good.